Hey! Here we are, episode 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race Review for Canal Street Online. This week, I am joined by the blonde bombshell that is Vivienne Lynsey.
Hello everybody.
How insane do you look? This wig is everything.
She's new. Do you like it?
She's so good on
I don't
you.
wear blonde. I don't wear blonde. I don't do blonde.
It's so good on you. I love it.
But I don't wear blonde.
No, well, I've occasionally worn a blonde, but he didn't enjoy it as much as I did.
How are you? You're right.
I'm very good. I'm very good. So, Vivienne, if people are trying to hunt you down, where should they, you know, if they're going to stalk you, where are they going to find you?
I'll keep it PG-13. Well, nowhere at the moment because I tend to close down everywhere I work. It's true, literally. Once a month at Kiki.
Yes.
Kiki on Canal Street.
You certainly can.
Thanks.
With myself.
With your fine self. Although not this time, because you're
I know, I've been
abandoning
terrible.
me.
Sorry, I've been useless.
It's fine, just too busy. Too busy.
God,
Doing TV now, doing TV.
So useless.
I'm on bar sometimes, very rarely.
Oh, well, but
Once, I think.
On bar.
On bar and Menagerie, which is a restaurant in the Northern Quarter.
Fabulous. And that's
lovely.
how many Saturdays?
That's every Saturday coming up.
Every Saturday
Yeah,
at
which is nice.
Menagerie.
A Menagerie.
Which is different to a menage a trois, but you know,
Only just.
also enjoyable.
Really? Exactly.
I enjoy a menagerie. Okay, so we come back into the workroom and we have said goodbye to Alexis Michelle.
At
Thoughts?
last. At last. I like it. No.
At last, Alexis Michelle has gone. I didn't say that. She said that. Just so that.
I didn't say any of that. That was all you. You shady lady. No, I liked Alexis Michelle. I think she got in her head a bit too much.
I think that's what happened, was that she got in her head too much and she thought that people were out to get her, you know, and while they were out to get her, they should also be helping her.
Because I thought that she was quite a strong contender
Yeah, well,
to
she
possibly
is.
go to like the final three.
I mean, her makeup was beautiful. Like, I like her wardrobe, but I understand what the judges' viewpoint as well was. Okay, so this week we're into the top 4, and we don't get any RuPaul at the start.
Obviously, because it's top 4.
Top 4.
As
so
always.
Michelle comes in and announces what it is that they've got to do. They've got to work with Todrick Hall. They've got to write a verse for category is
Which is the new
the
Reggie
new
Wrote You.
True song.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to perform it the next day as well. And then they also have to serve up a runway look. Who was your favourite out of all of the writing challenge?
I liked Shea Coulee.
Yeah?
I thought she was great.
What was it that swung it for Shea for you?
Bearing in mind, I don't really listen to a lot of modern music. It was, I don't, literally.
We're so down with the kids.
I'm so down. So they're listening to Liza Minnelli and Judy Garland in a dark room somewhere. Not that kind of dark room, just another dark room somewhere.
In the sling.
Judy Garland, somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the sweet spot kid.
Absolutely. I knew I recognised you from somewhere. So Shea's verse, yeah, it was my favourite because it was modern and it was challenging.
Yeah,
like she bit off quite a lot.
Yeah.
Boom. .com.
That was the thing that I liked the most out of all of them. The verse that they all wrote was really them. So like with Peppermint, it was, you just had that kind of sass in there, but it's like in a nice way. And then the bit where she goes, P-E-P-P-E-I-M, bitch, you know the rest.
Yeah.
Like, just so good,
So good.
so good. And Trinity's was perfect. You know, she's talking about who she is and what it is that she does. And Sasha's was so completely different to everybody else's. There was lots of kind of counter rhythms in there, which
and
and syncopations, which you don't expect in a regular pop song, you know. So I thought hers was really
Well,
kind
she's
of
just clever. She's my favourite. Like,
yeah.
Forever.
Oh,
like,
okay.
throughout. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
Well, we got that straight
Sorry.
out the gate.
Sorry.
Didn't we,
Yeah. Well, the whole episode might just be talking about her now. I can't stop talking about her enough. Like, she's my favourite. But yeah, no, that was them.
But that was what I liked most out of all of them, was that every single person's verse was really honed in on what it was that they are. What is it that makes them them? I thought they were all really strong about that.
Yeah.
So they've gone into the recording studio and they've all had their own little issues in there. And Todrick Hall has been supportive but firm.
Yes.
I would say.
But then he's been doing it though for some time. Like, he's been a judge now, hasn't he? And he's amazing.
Yes.
I love Todrick Hall.
Yeah.
I've got a very soft spot for Todrick Hall.
I've got a sweet spot for Todrick Hall whenever he'd like to come and see
any spot for Todrick Hall. Literally. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So if anybody's gonna tell him about it,
yes,
Todrick.
So then they all have their choreography to do with Todrick Hall. Do you do much choreography?
Only when you force me. Come to my head. Literally. You will turn. No, I'm very much choreograph-wise more like Sasha.
Okay.
You know, I'll give it a good go, I'll fall on the floor, I'll get it eventually, but it'll be painful and I won't look very nice doing it.
Okay.
It's not glamorous.
And it wasn't easy either. What he was teaching them
No.
was not easy.
But he said, didn't he? He disclaimed and he said, I understand exactly what you can all do, so I'm going to push it to the nth degree.
Yes.
And I thought that was amazing
Yeah.
because it wasn't like none of them got it easy, because Shea is a dancer and she was clearly the best at it. But because she's a dancer, he pushed it even further for her, which I liked.
I mean, the only person who I felt didn't struggle with any of it particularly was Peppermint. You know, there was no point where she went, oh yeah, this bit. She just went, yeah, done. Taka, 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 boom. You know, she was great. Like, I'm a very tense person, so, and I imagine Sasha's quite like that. So that's incredibly difficult for people like us to do, to just go, okay,
you've got backing dancers who are also doing it. So
exactly.
You
and
just look
you
like the one behind it.
If you don't serve it up and your backing dancers are like,
literally,
you look foolish.
You can just see Abby Lee Miller like screaming from prison, like,
no!
Sicklefoot, Sicklefoot. Literally.
Everything that she did was beautiful and perfect Sasha.
Yeah.
It was perfect. The bit on the chair.
With the face. I just love the way she lip syncs though as well. Like, she's so expressionate.
Yeah.
Expressive. Expressionate.
She's so expressionist.
It's been a very long day. I even had a gin and tonic, you know, like this.
We'll have to sort that out after the show.
Oh, absolutely. After the show. After this show.
Let's do it.
Let's
get wrecked.
There's always time for a cocktail.
Really get wrecked.
I could really get wrecked. So just do it now.
Just ignore
and
making this. Then it was like Todrick sort of went, okay, I've done this with them, and now I'm going to beat them all to death with just how talented Shea is. Can you do a pirouette? Yes. Can you do a double? Yes. Can you do a triple? I can try.
Probably.
Tap, tap, tap. Okay. You know, and so all the other girls were like,
yeah. And then he was like, oh, I didn't see, did you do that? And Trinity was like, yes, she got that. She got that. The hatred. Yeah, of course she did.
Podcast time with RuPaul and Michelle Visage. Did you like my Michelle Visage impression?
Oh, was that your Michelle?
It was good, I thought.
Yeah.
I sounded nothing like.
More like Santino, right? So he wasn't in this season.
No, he wasn't in this season because he got back with NSYNC in 1995. Okay, so.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a nice change from just sitting and having a nice little tic-tac with Mother Ru. I thought that it was nice because even though that's nice and he gets to sort of drag out everybody's demons pretty much, like, sit down, we're going to open up your closet and we're going to go right to the back to that really horrible time that's made you who you are today. But instead he got to do it in a live podcast with Michelle Visage as well. So I thought that was nice. I liked Peppermint. I liked how Ru really handled having an open trans woman on the show this year. It was hard to hear that in New York, she had this separation that she had to feel that she was either a trans woman or a drag queen.
Yeah.
And that she felt like she couldn't even talk about them both in the same conversation. And those that knew her as a drag queen didn't know that she was a trans woman and vice versa. And I think that I personally would struggle a great deal with that if that was who I was. Because as Monica Beverly Hill said, drag is what she does and trans is who she is. And it's, look, why is that even a thing?
We're having the intellectual discussions about gender and drag itself. You know, like I think that drag as an umbrella, anybody can key into that. Again, it was another opportunity to find out and get to know these people a little bit more. And we really saw, like with Trinity, she comes across as so hard, and we really got to saw the soft side of her and the struggles that she's had and why she is so driven and so focused all the time. And it's because, you know, everything that's happened has made her go, I want a better life than what I've got. If you're going to bring somebody back and put them in the top 4 because you'd want to see what it was that they would bring, who do you think you would do that with?
Charlie, purely to see her do Joan Rivers on Snatch Game, because her up against Liza would have been comedy gold.
Yes.
And I think it would have given a different aspect. And Charlie was probably one of the biggest shocks for me, because I thought that so far in RuPaul's Drag Race, everyone's sort of been fit to a specific challenge.
Her fit was the Snatch Game.
Yeah, exactly. And she never made it.
No.
Which was sad. Everybody wanted Valentina in the final.
I would have liked to have seen Valentina. I would have liked to have seen her looks, because her looks were always great. And I would have liked to have seen how she would have done here in this challenge. Onto the runway. So we got Peppermint. She comes out in a big red ball gown dress.
I know, I could see Melania Trump in something quite similar, you know? It was very, or I was expecting like children to come out. It's very Eurovision. That's what it was. It was a bit of a gimmick. It wasn't long enough either.
No, and as she turned, there was the underskirt was on show, and I thought she looked great. There was nothing, you know, it wasn't awful. It's just I thought that actually, when you're wearing something like that, it needs to look like there is a weight to it. Sasha Velour, she's in a pink, what I would call a kind of classic lady dress.
Was it a jumpsuit?
No, it's a dress.
It's a dress.
Yeah, it is a dress. And then it's got a big flower on it. She's got leather gloves and the classic Sasha crown.
Which I love. What's she going to do at the final, though? She's not going to be able to wear a crown, is she? I would.
Yeah.
I'd still wear a crown, yeah.
So that the little crown can sit in the middle of the big crown that you take.
Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? I think that it would have been cooler if it was like a catsuit, like a jumpsuit underneath, and then like a chiffon-y dress like over the top, like a tunic-y thing. I think that would have been very Sasha as well, because her look is it's really out there and really fashion forward, and it wasn't, it was a bit basic. Yeah,
like for me, it just looked like the sort of thing that a 50-year-old British woman would wear going for a posh meal. Shea comes out and she's in the incredible corset, which is just beautiful, isn't it?
I didn't get the boob thing though.
A brown bra over the top of, you know, just poking out over the top of the corset, which was really weird.
Yeah, it was a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
Like it would have looked so much better without it.
It would have looked better with a chest plate.
Yeah.
That's what it actually required.
Where's Nina Bonina when you need her?
Well, exactly, because that corset was made for a woman. Well, you ain't got what a woman's got, so you need to do something about that.
Yeah.
Whether it's with duct tape and you're going to pull all of this stuff forwards to give yourself that shape, or you're going to wear a chest plate. So Shea had her blue wig on.
When it was worn correctly. That's like, I'm hung up about that look. It's like, she knows how to bloody put it on. She shouldn't have used it again for the end, because it's let it all go.
I know.
If she had just binned it and gone, okay, this wig, she needs a miracle.
And talking about wigs, next, Trinity with her sleeping on the bus wig.
Amazing though.
So
I love a finger wave with a big fluffy thing.
It's so good, isn't it?
Stunning.
And then it was so flat across her head.
It's like Chandler's hat hair thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then her dress is like a kind of browny, nudie gold with all detailing through it, gold sparkles, and then chains in the back.
It was
the shape. Oh, the shape.
It was perfection.
So we've got to that end bit, and we have the shock non-elimination.
For the first time in Drag Race
Hollywood.
history.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I could have chosen either. Every single one of them served it up. And it just from RuPaul's reaction, you know, her going, oh my goodness. Like, she is genuinely shocked and impressed and amazed by what these girls have achieved in 2 days.
It is so difficult to call.
And if you had to choose somebody to win out of those 4 just this week, you know, so sponsored by Gay Getaways, taking you to
Squarespace,
Mauritius, who would you have picked?
I would say Shea Coulee. The reason being, her runway look was absolutely insane. I think that she pushed it most out of everybody, and even though she was a dancer, she even pushed that. Like, she was just badass. And then I think her podcast was really relatable as well. So I think that as it stood, she hit like each and every single one of those the best. They all hit it, but she hit it the best. And
it was literally like this
Photo
much
finish
between all of them. That's what's so exciting about, you know, the actual finale, is that I have no idea who is going to win at this point. Not a clue.
She's going to have to really rely on the public, I think.
Yeah.
Rue is.
It's so difficult to call.
How can you?
So difficult to call. So, Vivienne, what do you want and what do you expect from a winner of RuPaul's Drag Race?
It's all very well being in a competition, winning an incredibly large sum of money and a lot of cosmetics, but not actually doing anything with it. You know, as drag queens, we have a platform where we are able to voice our opinions. I think that person has to really, really be an advocate for gay rights, and also really stand up for us as a community.
Well, thank you so much for watching this week. We'll be back with the final. Da, 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 da. I don't know why that's the tune, but that's the tune now for the final. So we'll be back then. So Vivienne, thank you so much for coming and joining me.
Thanks for having me. I've had a ball.
You've been a pleasure. What a pleasure. So we'll see you all for the final. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe here, 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 and here.
Everywhere.
Bye! Bye! Shake a stick at you. Bye!